This is a Prince George's County Public Schools NewsBreak. Despite their fearsome reputation, great white sharks are important predators and thus protected by law. And who better to help police the seas than some talented science teachers from Prince George's County? Participating in the Maryland Governor's Academy for Biology, 17 talented high school teachers gathered at the Owen Science Center in Lanham recently and packed into the Maryland BioLab, a laboratory on wheels, to carefully analyze shark DNA, along with performing other tests, like whether lactase enzyme can keep non-dairy digesters symptom-free when temperatures fluctuate. The teachers improved their content knowledge, upgraded their lesson plans, and most importantly, hope to spur student performance on the state's required biology assessment.
The teachers are here because they want to better themselves, because they want to make sure that what they're taking back to their students in the classroom is materials from the core learning goals, and they want to prepare their students 100% for the high school assessment.
The Governor's Academy is really helping me to come up with better inquiry-based strategies to help my students to learn science. Oftentimes, many students are so used to getting rote or things done for them, and they really don't get a good understanding of how science works or how they can understand how to solve problems. So with this particular institute, or the Governor's Academy, I'm learning how to help students to become more active learners and engaged in the process.
We're so consumed with HSA and MSA scores at the high school. Of course, everyone has to pass the biology HSA. Is this going to help your students to be more successful on that test? Are you thinking in those kinds of narrow terms as well?
I definitely am. I can see right away that these lab experiences, especially the one we're doing today about looking at lactase and learning about enzymes, there are some definite qualitative and quantitative things that the students can get and see. And what I'm hoping is by doing it, they'll have something to remember.
So, if the DNA is found only in great white sharks, a piece of DNA amplified will be about 580 BP long. What's that BP stand for? Base pairs. Base pairs. So what am I referring to?
Challenged to help U.S. Customs agents find out if imported shark fins destined for the lucrative shark fin soup market were harvested from approved species or from the protected great whites, the Academy teachers entered the BioLab, where they turned to sophisticated DNA identification techniques like electrophoresis used for both wildlife and human forensics.
You'll see they have a nice rectangular shape of a mold. So pull out that purple cone and carefully empty the contents of your blue cap tube into that hole.
Whether they're inside the traveling BioLab, which since 2003 has given over 55,000 Maryland students and hundreds of teachers the chance to experience practical and timely science, or if they're the recipients of the Maryland Loaner Labs that arrive at schools free of charge and full of state-of-the-art instrumentation, for the teachers, the payoff is obvious, while for the state, it is no less real.
When teachers and students come out to the MD BioLab, what they get is an experience that they wouldn't normally get in the classroom. They are able to use the research-grade equipment that we have out here that a lot of classrooms can't afford, and just to get them out here and get their hands on and show them that there are a lot of career opportunities in Maryland alone where they can take these skills.
Maryland has more than 380 bioscience companies, and they all are going to need employees tomorrow and in 5 years and in 10 years. So the hope is we get some of these students interested in science as a career. Either they go on to higher learning to become a researcher, they decide to do it right out of high school and become a lab tech, or they work out somewhere in between, but we want them to know that they can stay here in Maryland and get a job and work in science.
This year, Gwynn Park's going to be out in trailers because we're redoing our science labs for about half the year. So a lot of what we're learning in here, we've been saying it's trailer friendly. Labs that we can do, kind of dry labs we can do out in the trailer. But also talking to other teachers and the instructors, it's just invaluable.
For more information on scheduling the Maryland BioLab to visit your high school, go to www.mdbiolab.org. And for high school teachers hoping to use the Maryland Loaner Labs, Eligibility requirements can be found at www.umbi.umd.edu/educ. Don't delay. Great white sharks and great careers await. For Channels 96 and 38, this is Dave Zarin reporting.